Have you noticed that the hardest part of any change is always the first step? Not the second, not the third, but that exact moment when you have to move. Your mind says, wait, this could be dangerous. Your body says, stay comfortable, right here. Your heart says, you're tired, you cannot do it. Most people think this is a lack of willpower. But here's the shocking truth. Your brain sees the first step as a threat, not an opportunity. Millions of years of evolution made our minds treat any new action, even a small one, as a potential danger. That's why most people never start. Even thinking about running early in the morning for the first time makes your body and mind resist. But here's the key. That resistance is a sign of the power inside you waiting to be unleashed. The first step happens in a vacuum. There is no prior experience, no immediate feedback. The brain wants familiarity. Neuroscience shows that encountering the unknown activates the amygdala and increases cortisol, the part of the brain responsible for fear and alertness. The mind treats new actions as potential threats. Here's the crazy part. Even a decision to move before doing anything activates neural pathways and primes your brain for change. Just thinking about taking that first step moves you forward. When you decide to start a new diet and skip sweets for the first time, your brain immediately signals danger. But if you take just one tiny action, like putting on your workout shoes, all of a sudden everything changes. Start any task for just 2 minutes. That's enough to break your brain's resistance and make the next step almost automatic. Another reason it's so hard. Your current identity resists. Even if it's flawed, it's familiar. Starting a new path is a betrayal to your old self. Psychologists call this ego depletion. When you face the first step, your brain triggers stress, sweating, and elevated heart rate. MRIs show the anterior cingulate cortex lights up, detecting threat and error. When you decide to start a new fitness or diet routine, your brain is ready to defend old habits. Instead of fighting, observe the resistance and name it. This is my old self trying to hold me back. I am moving anyway. Simply acknowledging the resistance reduces anxiety and primes your brain for action. We always see the first step as impossible. Studies show humans underestimate their actual ability and overestimate difficulty. But when you move, dopamine neurons fire, anxiety drops, and the brain says, you can do this. Every micro step shatters the illusion of impossibility. For example, holding a plank for 2 minutes seems impossible before starting. But once you do it, you might go for 5 minutes. Take an instant step. Any small action forces your brain into action mode. The mind loves waiting. It wants perfect conditions, the moment when you feel ready. But 95% of delays come from fear of the first step, not a lack of skill or resources. Every day you wait strengthens neural pathways of inaction. For example, how many times have you decided, I'll start next week? Every time you wait, the internal resistance grows. Take an immediate small action. Studies show every micro action convinces your brain that action is possible and fuels real motivation. When you move even slightly, everything changes. The first step doesn't need to be perfect. Movement fires dopamine neurons and increases motivation. Each step after that becomes easier. Not because circumstances change, but because internal resistance is shattered. For example, putting on shoes and stepping outside for a short walk primes your brain for further action. Build a small daily step. It doesn't need to be perfect, just start, and the next step naturally follows. Even deciding to move activates the brain and rewires neural pathways. The brain loves habits. Starting a new behavior creates a fresh neural pathway that, after repeated practice, replaces the old one. Initial anxiety about the first step is actually a trigger for confidence and personal growth. Your brain learns that leaving your comfort zone is survivable. Treat the initial fear and resistance as a signal of growth. Every time you feel it, your brain is practicing and making you stronger. So if you are standing there, terrified to take the first step, know this isn't weakness. It's survival instincts, the pull of your old identity, and the illusion of impossibility. And yet, the only way to progress is to move, not perfectly, not when conditions are perfect, not when the path is clear. Move simply, intentionally, decisively. Take a small step, repeat it, notice the resistance, and show your brain that change is possible. Every step, every action, every effort builds your new path. And if you keep doing this, not only will your habits change, but your entire life will transform.